Captain Marvel powers, where does Captain Marvel come from? Is she as powerful as Thor? Captain Marvel has finally arrived in motion with yesterday's trailer release. But where does Captain Marvel come from, and is she as powerful as Thor? Carol Danvers has been around for longer than the casual Marvel fan might know. Those who are well versed in Marvel comic lore will know her by many names. From her given name to her superhero monickers, Captain Marvel is described as one of the most powerful superheroes in the MCU. She is set to take over as the face of the MCU with the close of Phase 3, spurring fans on to researching her history. Where does Captain Marvel come from? The answer is short and sweet: Earth. Captain Marvel's powers stem not from an otherworldly homeland, nor from a supersuit or spider-bite. Instead, Carol Danvers' fundamental building blocks were altered to produce Captain Marvel. Danvers started her career as a military officer in the U.S. Army, working alongside a man named Walter Lawson. Captain Marvel powers: how did Captain Marvel get her powers? But Lawson wasn't actually a man, he was a Kree alien who had taken a human form. When Danvers was involved in a freak explosion, Lawson saved her life, but the result was his DNA fusing with her own. This fusion gave Danvers a wealth of Kree superpowers and more. She took over the mantle of Captain Marvel from Lawson himself. Captain Marvel debuted in the 1960s and has held many names, from Ms. Marvel to Binary and Warbird. Is Captain Marvel more powerful than Thor? It seems unlikely Captain Marvel would ever go against Thor, a fellow Avenger. Her powers are substantial, but Thor is a nearly indestructible god, and his divine status has led many to suspect he would be more powerful than Captain Marvel. However, Captain Marvel has one power which sets her apart from the rest. She has the ability to absorb energy. Captain Marvel Retcon: Captain Marvel movie will ruin MCU continuity. This means if a blast of energy is fired at her, she can absorb the energy, which, in turn, makes her even more powerful. Binary, a state which Captain Marvel can enter, also gives her control over energy and gravity. Marvel head Kevin Feige has said, she is as powerful a character as we've ever put in a movie. Her powers are off the charts, and when she's introduced, she will be by far the strongest character we've ever had. An uncharacteristically definitive statement from the ever-elusive Feige clearly describes Captain Marvel as being the most powerful. Sorry, Thor. Captain Marvel is out in cinemas on March 8, 2019.